In this demonstration, I'll show you how to use the Promising Ideas feature. That is one of the most unique features of Knowledge Forum and one of those functions that really makes Knowledge Forum distinct among other discourse environments. Now, the Promising Ideas concept speaks to the importance of being able to make what are called promising misjudgments on ideas. So, what ideas are worth spending time on? From the various ideas or directions, research pathways that are available, and making these kinds of assessments is something that is typical of creative experts. And so the Promising Ideas function in Knowledge Forum is meant to support making these kinds of assessments on the ideas that are present and alive in a Knowledge Forum community discourse. So the Promising Ideas tool is actually accessible within Knowledge Forum Notes. So if I'm a community member and I'm coming into a particular view to read new contributions that have been posted, for instance, the Sounds and Behavior note, and I'm reading the content of this note, and I think that there's an idea within this note that is particularly promising, so something that could help us advance our knowledge and that we should spend more time digging into or developing, I can simply click and select the section of that note that represents this promising idea. And once I've selected that content, I can go down to the bottom left-hand side of the note and click this link here, Promising Ideas. And when I do that, I'll be prompted to just add a very, very brief explanation of why I think this is promising. Okay, and we'll also notice here that the idea is copied, that section of the text that I have selected. So I'm going to enter into my brief explanation as to why I think it's promising. And once I'm done that, I'll click Save. And what we can see is that selection that I have chosen is now appearing in blue. So anybody that opens up and reads this note can see that there's a section of it that has been selected as being promising. And what I can also notice is a new tab that has appeared here in the middle of the note, and that's the Promising Ideas tab. And when I click onto this tab, I can see the idea itself that has been selected. I can see the brief explanation as to why this community member thinks it's promising. And here I can perform some functions on these two pieces of information. I can edit my explanation if I choose to. I can delete it altogether, and I can also export these ideas to a new note. So I'll give it the new note a title. I can see the content of what's going to be inside this note, and I can also decide which view to send it to. The default will be on this particular view I'm already on, so I'll click Save. And I'll exit out here. So this is the note in which I selected the promising idea, and the new note that I've just created, here I'll drag it over here and open it up. And we can see here that a new note has been created that focuses on this particular promising idea. Now, you'll notice at this point that from this perspective, just looking at the view right now, I can't really tell where all of the promising ideas are embedded in this discourse. Now, there's a second part to the Promising Ideas tool that can allow us to see all of the different ideas that community members have identified as promising. And I can see this list by going over here to the left-hand side to the main toolbar and clicking on this light bulb. When I do that, a dialog box opens up that shows me on the left-hand side all of the promising ideas that have been selected by various members of my community, and I can also see the contributions in which these ideas were selected. So these are the source notes, and if I click down on the arrow beside the title of the contribution, I am given access to the entire content of that contribution. So I can see the entire context in which this idea originally appeared. Now, what I can do from here is if, as a community, we come together and we review all of the promising ideas we've identified, we can select from this promising ideas list those key ideas that we want to develop further, those ideas we want to spend more time on. So for instance, I can select a couple of ideas here and I can export them to a new contribution. So I'll enter a title. And once I'm done that, I can also select to export this note to a new view. So for instance, I want to export it to the Habitats and Fitness view. So I'll save and I'll close now. And I'm going to scroll over to my Habitats and Fitness view. And so now I can see here the new contribution that I just created that reflects and represents the ideas that our community has selected as the most promising. And we now have a whole new space in which to begin exploring these ideas.